forces arrived at the Little Round Top literally in the nick of time to be able to save that hill, as Confederates also were preparing to take that hill, knowing that it previously had been unoccupied. From the high ground of Little Round Top, Union forces were able to repulse the Confederate attacks coming from below. The battle raged back and forth, and fierce fighting took place. The Confederates tried to make their way up the hill, but the Union Army, taking the high ground, was able to repel all of the attacks. A last measure by the Union Army to counterattack down the hill finally swept the rebels from that part of the field. Confederates retreated from that portion of the battlefield, and Little Round Top remained in control of the Union Army throughout the Battle of Gettysburg. Advanced and unsupported Union troops were unable to hold their position effectively. Successful Confederate attacks eventually forced Union troops to retreat way back to the top of Cemetery Ridge. By the end of the second day, though, Confederates were coming close to breaking the Union lines on Cemetery Ridge. By the end of the second day of fighting at Gettysburg, the Confederates came extremely close to breaking the Union lines on Cemetery Ridge. However, they were forced to retire. By the second day of battle, the Union forces were still holding the high ground on Cemetery Ridge. They were able to maintain the fish hook line that extended from Culp's Hill down to Big Round Top. By the end of the second day, fighting came to a close. Officers for both sides would later hold a council of war that evening. Officers would decide what tomorrow will bring. So the second day, the Union Army was able to hold that line on Cemetery Ridge. Both sides regrouped, and for the third day of battle would bring the pinnacle of the Battle of Gettysburg and a turning point in the entire Civil War.